All right, the moment. It came, it went, it's over. So let's talk about it. All right. First things first. Let's talk about the undercard here. I want to talk about this Adrian Broner, man. This guy, this guy is just. I mean, I don't know. I really don't know what to say about this guy. I've said it in a previous video where I never thought this guy was any good. I mean, it's just the way I feel about the guy. Nothing personal because I don't know the guy, but I just don't think this guy's any good, man. And he just makes it so hard for you to even try to get to like him because of his fucking shitty attitude, like the stupid ass antics that he does in the ring, the shit he says after the fight. I mean, come on, man. I mean he looked okay to me. He fought a guy in Carlos Molina who's moving up in weight. I have never even seen Carlos Molina win a fight myself, but he's fighting a guy, smaller guy. I honestly thought that Broner was going to stop him. I didn't make a video on that fight. I mean, sometimes it's hard to find time to do these videos, but honestly, I would have predicted Adrian Broner to knock this guy out in the middle rounds. But I gotta say, to me, Broner, his power is just not the same. I mean, when he was in the lower weight classes, I mean, he was blowing guys up, man. I mean, he was hurting people left and right with his power. But even at 140 pounds, to me, his power is just not the same. It's just not. I mean, he hit Carlos Molina with some fucking clean combinations last night. And, I mean, to me, I didn't see Molina hurt. It's like seriously hurt. I just didn't. I did see Molina land some good shots on Broner too. A lot of the times he was landing, one punch at a time. Every now and then he would land a couple of, one or two combinations. He would land on Broner, but he just didn't have enough power to hurt him or to keep him, from doing anything he didn't want to do. But Broner is still the same guy, man. He still gets hit. He's still very flat-footed. He's out there grunting and yelling every time he's throwing a punch. I mean, I don't know. I think if he was in there with anybody decent, he might have had some trouble last night because he got hit with a lot of clean shots that I seen. But, at the end of the day, he gets the win. He's just absolutely classless after the fight. I mean, he showed no class. I mean, this is the professionals, man. You gotta conduct yourself as a professional. Now, I know, guys sell themselves. I mean, I understand all that, but still, at the end of the day, you gotta show respect to the guy that you're fighting, and once again, he showed no class whatsoever. Just ridiculous to say the things he said. Anyway, I'm done with that guy. Mir Khan versus Louis Collazo. In my opinion, I thought this was the 50-50 fight on the card. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, I would have picked Louis Collazo to win this fight if I had did a video on it. I'm not going to sit here and just because I saw the fight and I didn't do a video on it and come back and say, hey, I knew Khan was going to win. No, I didn't. I thought Collazo was going to win. I thought maybe the layoff and the ring rust would get to Amir Khan, and I thought that Collazo would have enough power to at least catch him and hurt him. But Collazo, I don't know what this guy was doing. I had a conversation with my good friend Mr. Pound for Pound, who also has a YouTube channel. It's BombDom50. Go ahead and check him out. I had a conversation with him, and we both were talking about the fight, and I said, I'm going to take Collazo, but, there's times where Collazo, he just, I don't know, something happens to this guy, in certain fights. He just doesn't show up sometimes. Very inconsistent, But nonetheless, I took him, and, I don't know, man, he just, that same inconsistent Collazo, he showed up again. And, I got to give Amir Khan full credit, man. He looked very good. His lateral movement looked great. The hand speed looked great. The clinching, I think he did a much better job of clinching in this fight. I think, I mean, I don't know how to say it. The clinching was good, but I think he did a little bit too much clinching for my taste. But I think that makes him a little bit more of a challenge to fight now because, you know, his movement. And then once you get in, now he likes to wrap you up and things like that, which is a good thing. But I thought he did a little bit too much. I think the referee should have stepped in and done something about it. But, you know, he outboxed the shit out of Collazo, man. I mean, he just made him look bad, dropped him with one good clean right hand, right on the button, and then I think it was, I'm not sure what round it was, 10 or 11. Actually, let me check my scorecard. I have my scorecard here. Whatever round that was that he knocked him down. The 10th round, he put Collazo down twice. Yeah, this fight was not even close on my card, man. I gave Collazo 3 rounds out of the fight, and I mean, one of them I think I was definitely being generous, but the round where they both got points deducted, I thought he definitely won that round. But I mean, other than that, I mean, Khan dominated the fight, man, completely dominated, and you know, I got to give him full credit, man. He did his thing last night. So as far as the Mayweather sweepstakes goes, I mean. I mean, we'll get on that, you know, a little bit later. But I mean, hey, a big win for Amir Khan, man. I'll eat my crow, man. I know I wouldn't have picked him to win the fight if I had did a video. So, with that said, let's talk about the main event. So, before we even talk about the fight itself, let's talk about this glove situation, man. I mean, you know, yesterday was my mother's birthday. You know, we had a little get together here at my house for her. So I mean, I was gonna do a video on this glove situation, but I just didn't have enough time. You know, I'm getting things prepared. But I mean, listening to some of the videos and reading some of the comments on these videos, I mean, my gosh, it just sometimes just gets out of hand. Some of these things. Now, I'm gonna give you my honest opinion on the gloves. Okay, the gloves that Marcos Maidana had. The blue gloves with the Argentine. I'm sorry, my words are a little messed up right now. The flag of Argentina on the gloves, those gloves there, it definitely looked like something was wrong with them, okay? I mean, they didn't look brand new to me. They looked like they were already used. And, you know, as far as the padding goes, I mean, I'm not going to say nothing about that because I didn't put my fucking hands in the gloves, you know? I just don't know what they felt like in there. I don't. But one thing I can tell you is that they did not look brand new. That's for sure. They looked like they were already used, broken in, you know, whatever you want to call them. You know, and the commission, you know, they said, no, you can't use those gloves. Now, Mayweather trying to demand that he wears the same gloves. I mean, that's just bullshit. I mean, come on, guys. Let's just knock it off, okay? You know, he don't have that kind of power to tell him he has to use his gloves. You know, come on now. And then they say, well, we'll approve the same brand, just a different color, the red gloves, you know, a different pair of gloves with the same brand. And they still said no. I mean, just ridiculous. And then for him to say things like, oh, I don't wonder why fighters are dying. You know, they're dying. I mean, come on, man. Oh my goodness gracious, so funny. You know, I got a life after this. You know, I mean, just stop getting so damn emotional about it, okay? They got caught. They were caught doing. I mean, I don't know if they did anything to the gloves or not. I have no idea. I mean, there should be an investigation on it, but they got caught. Okay, so let's just move on. They approved the other gloves, and let's just move on to the damn fight. Okay, they were getting ready to call the damn fight off because of it. Okay, you know, they got caught. I mean, I'm sure that if there was some foul play around, I mean, there'll be some sort of punishment handed out to Garcia and Maidana, whoever was involved in it. All right, but you know, for him to sit there and whine and complain and try to demand that Maidana wears his gloves and his gloves only, I mean, that's, come on now, guys. They got caught. They said they can use the other kind of Everlast gloves that they had there. So let's just move on to the damn fight, okay? Jeez Louise, man. You guys are just, crazy fans out there, man, on both sides, I gotta say. So, let's talk about the fight now. Now, time for me to eat some crow again, okay? I ate my crow with the Khan Collazo fight. Now I'm going to eat my crow when it comes to the Mayweather-Maidana. I thought I had made a video. I didn't make an actual prediction video, but I had talked about how Maidana, I didn't think Maidana was that good. And I'm going to be honest with you, I still don't think he's that good. I think he's a C-level fighter, in my opinion. And I had said in that video, you know, I thought Mayweather was going to stop him. I just think that Maidana is too easy to hit. He's very wild. You know, I just didn't think he was going to do much in this fight. I really didn't. But he proved me wrong. He made a hell of a fight out of it. With that said, my scorecard read 115-113 for Floyd Mayweather. 7 rounds to 5. If anybody wants to know which rounds I gave him, you can go ahead and ask me, and I'll let you know in the comments. But that's the way I had it. Good, close fight, in my opinion. You know, if you had it a draw, I seen some people like 78 Sports TV said he had it a draw. I mean, really, I mean that's not reaching. I mean, it's right there. You know, it's just I had it. You know, 2 points for Mayweather. I mean, if I gave one more round to Maidana, it's an even fight on my card. And like I said, I'm not gonna argue with you about it if you had it even. I'm just not. It was a close fight, man. He did come out and use the Jose Luis Castillo blueprint, if you want to call it that. You know, he came out and he just did not respect Mayweather at all. He got right in his face, was throwing 100 punches at him in that first round. I mean, it was just, I mean, Maidana, for me, when I was watching the fight, I'm thinking, okay, Maidana's coming out, he's trying to knock this guy out early. Will he be able to keep this pace for the rest of the fight? Honestly, I was thinking, I don't know. I was thinking mid-rounds, the stoppage was going to come. I'm like, okay, I think he's probably going to stop him now because, I mean, for the first 5 rounds, I mean, Maidana was just, I mean, he was going to work, man. He was throwing a lot of damn punches. And he was taking some good punches, too, from Floyd in some of those early rounds, too. Mid-rounds on my scorecard is when it looked like Mayweather was going to start pulling away. I was thinking to myself, okay, by the 6th round, I had gave Mayweather 4 rounds in a row, including the 6th round. And I was thinking to myself, okay, now he's figured him out, you know, and he should win every round. And it looked like Maidana was getting a little bit tired in those mid-rounds, and Mayweather did some good work to the body in those mid-rounds. But with that said, we can't ignore Maidana's good body work that he did early in the fight. Now, after round 9, it was back and forth for me. You know, close rounds, man. Those last 3 rounds were very close. But, you know, Maidana, man, I got to give this dude some credit. I mean, he did not care. I mean, he was, like he said, he was willing to die. You know, I really think he was, man. I mean, he just did not care. And, I mean, Floyd's punching power, man, I mean, it's just non-existent in this weight class, man. It really is. I mean, I thought he could at least hurt Maidana, at least to the body. And he did land some tremendous body shots on Maidana, but I just did not see him hurt him at all. You know, Maidana cut him. I mean, I know they said it was a headbutt, but he did get cut. That did bother Floyd. You know, he kept pawing at it over and over, but they did get it to stop bleeding, which was a good thing for him. Because if they couldn't get that thing to stop bleeding, I think he might have lost this fight, to be honest with you. But, you know, I didn't order this fight on pay-per-view. I watched it live stream. To me, it looked like Floyd, not only was his left eye cut, but the right eye looked like it was swollen. Or if it was the other way around. I mean, I can't remember, really. One eye was cut. To me, the other eye looked like it was puffy and red on the outside. So Maidana was landing some leather in there, man. You know, the stamina. I mean, to me, he looked like he had some stamina issues in the past. I mean, he did look tired to me against Broner in the late rounds. But I did not see him get tired last night, man. He just kept coming, man. And You know, I got to give the dude some credit, man. I mean, you know, he's still the same guy to me, though. I mean, I didn't really see any like technical changes in Maidana's game. He just looked to me like he was in much better shape and you know, was willing to throw close to 100 punches per round, or if not 100 punches per round at Mayweather, and just try to keep him busy, try to pin him against the ropes. So there was times where Mayweather, like I said, in the mid rounds was taking him to the center of the ring. You know, he was outboxing him, but you know, I hope some of you guys see the difference now between Broner and Maidana. I mean, Mayweather's defense, man. I mean, he did get hit with some wild right hands, but I mean, honestly, I don't know how the hell you get out of the way of that right hand that Maidana was throwing early in the fight. I mean, it looked like he was throwing like he was pitching in the major leagues, like he was throwing a fastball. You know, like if the thing was coming like down on top of Mayweather's head. You know, I don't know how you avoid that one, especially if he's right in your face and got you up against the ropes. But you know, like I said, I mean, it's just a different level when it comes to the defense from Broner and Mayweather. I mean, the clinching. I mean, you can see the difference in the clinching, especially. I mean, when Broner was trying to clinch Maidana in their fight, I mean, he just could not. He couldn't hold on to the guy. You know, Maidana was just, you know, shrugging him off and continuing to throw shots at him. Where I mean, he did that every now and then to Floyd Mayweather, but a lot of the times he couldn't get out of Mayweather's clinch. You know, and Mayweather's, you know, he's good at that, man. I mean, and his smother that he does to fighters with the elbow, you know, he's just really good at doing those things. And those are some of the things that you see Broner try to do, but I don't think he has any idea what he's doing. I think he's just trying to imitate Floyd. He doesn't have the science of it. You understand what I'm saying? You know, there was some dirty tactics by Maidana. He did hit low several times. Mayweather did use his elbow a lot in there. So, I mean, both guys did some dirty tactics. You know, I'm not going to complain either way, but, you know, Maidana did hit him low. It was a pretty hard shot. He hit him low. I forgot what round it was, but, you know, it was a good fight, man. Like I said, I got to eat my crow, man. I didn't think that this fight was going to be competitive at all, but it was. But, you know, all credit to Floyd and Maidana, man. They put on a pretty good fight. I actually enjoyed watching it. Like I said, I didn't think it was going to be that good, but it turned out to be a pretty good fight. You know, some of these excuses that I'm seeing out there, I'm not going to drop no names, man, because I'm going to be honest with you, I don't have a lot of time to, you know, type back comments or make response videos to anybody. But, you know, I have watched videos on some pro Mayweather channels. And like I said, I'm not going to say any names, but some of the things that I'm hearing are just ridiculous, you know? Like, you know, even the things that Mayweather says. Let's just start with him first. Now, when he says things like, after the fight, you know, I chose to fight this way because I want to give the fans a good fight. Yet, last night, or the night before, you're complaining about your health, you know, and about how, you know, I got a future after boxing, but yet you want to let this guy who's known for having power to just punch on you? I mean, come on, man. Let's just give Maidana some credit for stepping his game up and coming out and fighting good, you know? And I think that's a problem that fans have. They just don't want to give credit where it's due. You know, like I said, I'll come on here and I'll eat my crow, man. I didn't give Maidana a lot of credit, but I'm giving him the credit now because he proved me wrong. Just like he proved a lot of you guys wrong. You guys thought that Mayweather was untouchable, and he was getting touched up last night. He was getting touched up, man. I even seen somebody say that this was Mayweather's Roberto Duran. Roberto Duran. I mean, come on, guys. When we start comparing Marcos Maidana to Roberto Duran, I mean, come on now. Let's just be real about it, okay? Come on now. It's nowhere near that. He's nowhere near Roberto Duran. Never will be, okay? So I mean, let's just end it there, okay? I mean, give the guy some credit. He fought his ass off last night. And give Mayweather some credit too, because he took some hard fucking shots last night from Maidana. And I didn't really see him hurt from some of those shots that he got hit with. You know, and I think a lot of it has to do with because some of the shots he got hit with, he rolled with them, so that takes away a lot of the power. But he did get hit with a lot of clean, good shots that he didn't roll, and he took them well. Same thing with Maidana. You know, to me, he's soft in the body. Mayweather hit him with some tremendous body shots, and I didn't really see him get stunned either. But you know, like I said, let's just give these dudes some credit, man. Stop making excuses on both sides about, oh, the gloves, this and that, you know. Doesn't matter, man. Power's power, okay? If you got power, you should be able to hurt anybody. It doesn't matter the gloves, I think. But, you know, I don't know. It is what it is. I'm just tired of the back and forth and the excuses, man, okay? He's not Roberto Duran. I mean, come on, let's just forget that. You know, you guys, some of you guys out there, some of you Mayweather fans act like you're his defense attorneys or something. You know, you got to defend everything this guy does. I mean, he did not go out there and get punched in the face and punched in the body just to entertain the fans, okay? He just doesn't do that. And I see a lot of people using this excuse, well, he was 20 pounds heavier, you know? So? What does that mean? Just because a guy's 20 pounds heavier, that means he's a better fighter? No. Matter of fact, correct me if I'm wrong, hasn't Mayweather said in the past that being big and strong, that doesn't matter? That means nothing, right? I mean, skills is what matters. So, I don't want to hear it, man. I just don't. Okay? Mayweather, he got touched up last night. Deal with it. Okay? Just fucking deal with it. Now, if they have a rematch, I'm pretty sure Mayweather's going to win. And I'm not going to predict a knockout this time, okay? And then watch. Now that I'm not going to predict it, watch him stop him. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, good fight last night. Enjoyed it. You know, I love boxing. You guys go ahead and let me know what you think. I had Mayweather winning 115, 113. Good fight. Could have went either way. Could have been a draw. Either way you look at it, you know. I'm not going to argue. Close fight. There's no way that it was, you know, the way that some of those judges had it, the two judges, especially the 117, 111. I mean, ridiculous. But, you know, let me know what you guys think, man. Keep it to boxing, okay? We can talk about boxing. You know, you want to get personal with the personal attacks and things like that. I'm just going to delete your comment, man. I don't have time for it. We could talk about boxing, though. So, anyway, this is G-Funk. I'm out.